Fishing in scattered grass can sometimes be very frustrating, but often that's where the fish are. So today we're going to be looking at a rig available from TrollTrue to help you be more successful in those fishing situations. So before we actually start rigging the squid, let's take a look at the rig itself. It's actually a pretty simple rig. There's a 12-aught circle hook in the front, a 5-aught long shank hook in the rear. Today we're working with 80-pound monofilament leader. And the key to the rig is getting the distance between the two hooks right so that it mates up well with your bait squid. So one thing that's a little bit different about this rigging versus other TrollTrue rigging is that depending on the size of the squid, it may be helpful to have a rubber band in the front that helps hold the lure and the squid together. And as we're working through rigging this particular squid, I think you'll get a good sense for how that works and be comfortable with it if you need it. So as we're getting started here, just a little bit of explanation about what we're going to be doing. The head of the squid is actually going to be threaded on this J-hook, and then we're going to rig it so that we're pulling the head up into the mantle, and it's covering this trailing hook. The front nose hook's going to be covered by the lure, and that's what gives this rig its weedless feature. So first what we're going to do is we're going to measure. We're going to want that head and that lure to be about right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert this hook in there, bring it out, and then we're going to thread it through the eyes of the squid, just like that. Okay, and now we're going to draw it up into the mantle. So that's how we want it right there. Okay, and so what we're going to do is then we're going to take this nose hook, look where we want it to be, and we're going to thread it in there, just like that. Okay, so this is just how we want it. We've got the head of the squid on the J-hook drawn up into the mantle so that the hook is totally covered by the mantle. Then we've got the nose hook in the front part of the squid. We've left a looseness on here so it's not too tight. And then we're going to slide the head down. And so we're going to have this rubber band in place in case we need it, and I'll show you how that works. But we're going to pull that down on there, and we actually want the top of the hook to engage the slot on the lure. So that's tight on there. It won't come off when it's trolling, but just so you kind of see how this rubber band works if you need it, I'm actually just going to take it and just wrap it a few times around the keel of the lure, just like that. And that's not coming off. That's there. Totally weedless rig. So this is exactly how we want this rig to look when we're done. The J-hook's got the head of the squid hooked, drawn up into the mantle so that there's nothing exposed for weeds to get snagged on. Likewise, the nose hooks carrying the squid, pulled up into the head of the lure. We've engaged the rubber band if necessary to secure the lure and the squid together. And that's it. Okay, totally weedless rig, very effective on mahi-mahi. If you're not using squid in your trolling spread, it's something that I would encourage you to try. Oftentimes, it's something that fish haven't seen, can make for a very successful day. It's also a very inexpensive bait. When the mahi-mahi are thick, gives you an alternative to the ballyhoo. Encourage you to give it a try and let us know how it works out for you.